guests who are joining us live at this point. Shatarupa, BJP spokesperson. We also have RVS Mani, former Under Secretary, live with us. Former Justice C.B. Pandey, constitutional expert, is joining us live. Major Mohammed Ali Shah, Empire Media panelist, is also live with us. But let me bring in Major Mohammed Ali Shah at this point. Major Mohammed Ali Shah, how do you view what's happening in Maharashtra, this explosive row over Azan and Hanuman Chalisa that's broken out there, and your response to the BJP spokesperson?
Uday, it's very unfortunate and very sad that what have we reduced to? We are using religious slogans to fight with each other. The most ridiculous. Most ridiculous. I think it is something, Hanuman Chalisa is a very pious thing. I mean, if somebody wants to recite it, the person is well within the right. If someone wants to say Jai Shri Ram, is well within the right. Someone wants to say Allahu Akbar, is well within the right. Both the religions, in fact, all the religions for that matter, is a very personal matter. Now, we should not, religion is something not to be worn as sleeves and walk around with. It's something between you and your maker. And the moment you wear it on your sleeve and you try to prove it, you are demeaning the religion. We must realize that. And when people are being arrested for reciting Hanuman Chalisa, it's nothing derogatory. It's nothing against any community. It's only in the praise of Lord. And I think it's rather unfair. I mean, if you are doing it outside your own the territory, it's not even in someone's residence. It's outside. So I think it's unfair. It's unfair of the Rana couple being arrested. I think that. And I think it's a very, very personal matter. If someone wants, as long as no one is reciting, is shouting any hate, it's only love. It's something.
So you are supporting their arrest, or you believe their arrest is wrong?
I believe their arrest is wrong, Uday. I don't.
You believe their arrest is wrong, so they had every right to go outside matter.Should and start singing the Hanuman Chalisa, is what you're saying?
Very much, very much. One can go there and one can recite, say Allahu Akbar, one can say Jai Shri Ram, one can recite Hanuman Chalisa.
On a loudspeaker?
Well, as long as it's within the, is there a stipulated decibel? If it's given.
But then there will be those who will say that even then there should be no azan on loudspeaker either. Why should that be allowed? If the Rana couple, is not allowed to say the Hanuman Chalisa on a loudspeaker outside matter.Should, why should azan be allowed?
No, azan should be allowed. Everything should be allowed with a particular limit. Like you cannot go beyond the decibel. Like for example, there is a speed limit when you drive a car.
No, but how do we know what sort of limits they were going to be saying the Hanuman Chalisa outside on the loudspeaker?
Just the way we have a speed limit today, we have a speed limit that we should not drive beyond this speed limit. Similarly, there should be a controlled sound. And yes, and any sound, as low, it should not be disturbing.
Mohammed Ali Shah, you were making the point earlier that Shiv Sena should be tolerant if Ranas want to go and recite Hanuman Chalisa outside matter.Should. Then the point will also be made that Muslim community should also be tolerant if people want to go in and say Jai Shri Ram and slogan outside mosques and masjids. Why stones are being pelted then?
Oh yes, most certainly they should. They are at liberty and at welcome.
So you have no problem in processions outside mosques and sloganeering outside mosques and masjids, which is what is happening.
Uday, I say Jai Shri Ram, I say Jai Hanuman, I say Allahu Akbar. And I think it does, regarding stones, I have taught only one thing. How you should use stones to make bridges between the two communities, not to throw stones at one another. And that's something which I rebuke, which is something I do not support that. I do not advocate that. I think it's wrong. If you are getting to stone pelting, it is something you should have the tolerance to actually hear it. And let me tell you one more thing again regarding Ranas. It's not even a case of trespassing. They didn't even enter the property. So it's not even trespassing there. And regarding sedition, a very, very serious charge. It is not sedition. I mean, nowadays, it has become a very common thing. Like
Shatarupa responding.
Yes, I think he's absolutely right.
My thanks to our guests for joining us.